Hello, I'm Philosopher in Barbecue. Let's make some duck and some cheese-filled cabbage. Tag along. Okay, for this we have a 3/4 pound duck breast. I got some mushrooms, some ranch seasoning, mozzarella cheese, piece of smoked gouda, and then I've got some wild onion and salt that I'm going to be using on the duck. But first off, I've got a double boiler or a steamer, and I have some cabbage. So I'm just going to put it in there and let it steam until it's pliable enough to fold. While the cabbage is steaming, I'm chopping up the mushrooms into slices, and then I'm cutting the cheese into chunks, putting them into a small food processor, and just chopping it up or pulsing it a few times to get it kind of worn down into smaller pieces. To cook the duck, the easiest way is to season it on both sides, keep the skin of course, then sear the skin-free side, get it a little bit cooked on that side, and then flip it over and fry it on the skin side. Same thing if you do it on a grill, which I'm not going to be doing today. But first we're going to score the skin down to the muscle, but not into the meat, preferably. So to do this you need a pretty sharp knife, so I actually did sharpen this knife just before starting to use it. Doing this will allow the seasoning to get into the meat a little bit better. Okay, so I'm gonna season this up with this wild onion salt, and I think that's gonna be enough. Maybe a little bit of pepper. Yeah, I'll add a little bit of pepper. And there we go. So I'm gonna let this rest for a few minutes, and in the meantime I'm gonna start making the cabbage rolls. Okay, and as you can see, the cabbage has gotten pliable enough to fold, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to put a little bit of the cheese mixture on top of here, a couple of mushrooms, and then fold it into a little package. And this is later going to be pan fried. Hopefully they're going to stick together. It's supposed to be able to fold these. Oh well, I'll figure it out. I think I need a toothpick for that. Yeah, something like this. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to be using two pans, the left one for the cabbage and the right one for the duck. The left one actually got hot a little bit quicker because I used that hob for the cabbage. Anyway, so I'm going to start frying the skin-free side of the duck, and once I flip it over, it's time to start with the cabbage. Don't want to go too early with that because I think it's just gonna burn or just cook too much if I do, because it's going to take a couple of minutes to cook the duck. We're going to go to 65 degrees Celsius, which is 150 Fahrenheit. It's medium rare, and I don't want to go over that really because it's just going to make the duck really dry. Okay, so added the duck, and after 2-3 minutes check the underside or the bottom of it, and this is what we had, a nice sear, and it was time to flip it over. So starting to cook the cabbage, I've got the burner on medium high. Don't want to go too high, as I said before, it's just gonna burn. So I actually did remove the toothpicks because I felt that they kind of stuck together, and in the end they did. Turned out really well. Anyway, so I'm gonna just put them in there, and after a couple of minutes checking them, and this is what they look like. I decided to flip them over and finish them on this side, and while cooking them the last couple of minutes I had a little bit of the cheese mixture and some mushrooms left over, so I decided to put them on there and kind of make a gooey sauce out of it, which also made them taste even better. So all in all, on the pan this took about 15 minutes, and the duck a couple of minutes longer. So I temped it, and it had just reached 65 degrees Celsius, 150 Fahrenheit. So it was time to put it on the cutting board and let it rest for a couple of minutes. So the time has finally come to see what we have. Nice pink. Yeah, this looks really good. I'm gonna cut it up and serve it and taste it. There we go, duck breast. It's really, really good. Then I'm gonna try the cabbage roll as well. The smoked cheese comes through. The ranch works well with everything. So I'm gonna enjoy this. Thank you for watching. Bye.